Today's video is about reflexology, and this is a holistic pressure therapy primarily involving the feet. It's based on the understanding that there are reflex points in the ear, the hands, and the feet that correspond to all body systems. So by applying pressure to those reflex points, it could positively influence the body in so many ways. Now, the main goal of reflexology is relaxation, bringing the body into homeostasis, harmony, so we can stay healthy. So let's take a look at how reflexology works. So the main principle of reflexology is that the feet mirror the body. Take a look at the diagram to the right. The right foot mirrors the right side, the left foot mirrors the left side, and both feet combined represent the whole. So treating both feet influences the entire body. So reflexology encourages blood to flow freely, bringing oxygen and nutrients to all the areas with stagnated blood and toxins, flushing them out and removing them from the body. And this is when a state of relaxation is achieved and natural healing begins. It could reduce stress and tension, lower blood pressure, relax the muscles, and relieve pain. So let's take a look at the guidelines in doing reflexology. So guidelines separate the feet in sections which help us to locate specific reflex points, and there are four main guidelines. We have the diaphragm line below the ball of the foot, then the waistline running across the middle. Then we have the heel or pelvic line at the heel. Now there's also the ligament tendon line running down the foot between the first and the second toe, starting from the diaphragm line to the heel. And this line helps us to locate the adrenal gland and the kidney, which are very sensitive. Now every foot has over 7,000 nerve endings or reflex points, and every single one of those points corresponds to a body part in order from top to bottom. Now we have the reflex in the toes that represents the head and the neck. And here we find the reflexes to the sinuses, the ear, the eyes, and the brain. Now we have the reflexes in the ball of the foot that represents the shoulder, the heart, and the lungs. Now reflexes in the upper and lower arch represent some of the internal organs. Now we have the reflex in the heel that represents from the pelvis to the sciatic nerve. So let's take a look at the spinal reflex. So the spinal reflex is on the medial edge of both feet, approximately 2 inches wide towards the top of the foot, from the heel to the toes and back. So working both feet influences the muscles on both sides of the spine, from the cervical to the sacral. So let's see some other ways we can influence the body through reflexology. So these are just some simple things we can do at home to stimulate those reflex points on the foot. We can wear the reflexology slippers. Now this is not meant for everyday wear, it's just to stimulate those points. Now there's also tools we can use to get to those hard to reach areas on the bottom of the foot. And there are different rollers that we can also use to stimulate those points. Now we can also walk around on hard objects like the video to the left. And we can do this on a regular basis, and this also stimulates those reflex points to the corresponding body parts. So now let's take a look and see who can benefit from reflexology. So who can get reflexology? Everyone can, from babies to the elderly. But before you begin, you will have to get yourself a reflexology chart as your guide. Once you can pinpoint those areas of concern to you on the chart, then you can start doing light to medium finger walking pressure, like the video to the left. You may come across sensitive areas, and this could just signify a little congestion, imbalance, stress, or even inflammation in the corresponding body parts. Don't be alarmed. Just continue until the discomfort dissipates. You could also use your knuckle if the thumb gets tired, or even a tool for those hard to reach areas or hard areas like the heel. So let's take a look at some reflex points and their locations. So there are reflex points on the right foot only, some you can find on the left foot only, and there are those on both feet. So let's start with the lung and the heart reflex, and these are on both feet. Then we have the solar plexus reflex on both feet. And this is a network of nerves in the autonomic nervous system that regulates all organ functions in the body. Then we have the liver and gallbladder reflex, and these are just on the right foot only. And they're also a part of the digestive system. Then we have the bladder reflex, which is on both feet. The kidney is also on both feet. Then we have the small intestines reflex on both feet. It's also a part of the digestive system. Now the ascending colon is only on the right foot. Then we have the transverse colon on both feet. Now the stomach and the pancreas reflex are mostly on the left foot, and they're also a part of the digestive system. Then we have the spleen reflex only on the left foot. It's a part of the lymphatic system. It's also a very important part of the immune system, or first line of defense. Then we have the descending colon, which is only on the left foot. Now the adrenal gland, which is on both feet, it's right above the kidney. And the adrenal gland regulates blood pressure, metabolism, the immune system. It also manages that stress, fight or flight response. Now, last but not least is the pituitary gland reflex on both feet. It sits in the middle of the big toe, and it plays a crucial role in the balancing of hormone levels in the body. But there are over 7,000 reflex points in the feet. We couldn't possibly get through all of them. But once you have your chart, you can make the determination of what's important to you. But always start with the right foot first. The treatment follows the directions of the large intestines, or the colon, which is on the right side. It helps the body to start the detoxification process to help us eliminate toxins so we can regain our natural balance. We should also make sure the feet are warm. Cold feet just signifies that there is insufficient blood flow, but we need the blood to flow freely to bring oxygen and nutrients to the area to start the healing process. Now you can start warming the feet by doing a little massage or just compress with warm towels. So if you decide to try this holistic pressure therapy, bear in mind that whether reflexology or any other therapy, there could be potential risks. So let's take a look. Reflexology is generally a very safe treatment with no age restrictions or major side effects. However, certain conditions should be treated with caution, like when there's fever and inflammation, diabetes and epilepsy, cardiac problems, and those with high blood pressure should avoid the adrenal gland. Reflexology is also beneficial for pregnant women. It can reduce fluid retention and stress, and it's advisable in the second trimester. However, caution should be taken when working the reflex to the uterus. So the bottom line is, always check with your healthcare provider first. Now, this is a brief overview of reflexology, just to help you manage your health and those of your family and friends. So if you've benefited from this video, please leave a note below. And don't forget to like and share. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so to get more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Cheers.